Hello and welcome to Environmental Science, or SCIE 1121. I'm Linda Bernhardt. I'm going to be the instructor, professor, teacher, pick your term, for this semester. I like to try to make it a little more personable because online courses can kind of suck and it can kind of make you feel like you're left alone. So throughout the term, I will have various videos. At the moment, there's a whole bunch already posted that are old videos. And as I try to get to new ones, my hope is to replace the old ones. So all of the ones that are previously recorded will be marked that they are previously recorded. So if you do not see that, it means it's a brand new one. But you should also be able to tell by the difference in me. So there you go. Anyway, this is a welcome video. We also cover the syllabus and we cover the group project because yes, you will have a group project. Putting all this in one thing, I know full well, probably maybe a quarter of the people in the course are actually going to watch the video and the rest of them won't. And then you're going to ask me a bunch of questions. Oh, well. Anyway, so here we go. I am going to share the screen so then we can be looking at the course at the same time. Don't laugh at me for the amount of stuff I have. So here's the course. I am teaching two different sections. I am simply just using one of them for this entire purpose. So if you are not in section 3, don't worry, yours is set up exactly the same. So you will know you are in the actual environmental science class part when you log in and you see this image, and this tells you this is the class. The reason I am telling you this is I also teach lab. And every term I have people who swear up and down they weren't aware that they were two different things or they thought they were there. So I'm going to show you if you are in the lab, this is what you will see. Notice, huge difference. I made sure to have a completely different image. So if you are in the lab, this is what you're going to see. It says lab, and you see a bunch of windmills. If you are in the class, it does not say lab, and you see this. I honestly can't remember if this was New Mexico or Arizona, but I did this cross-country drive, and it was one of those times. So anyway, that is number one. Make sure that if you are registered or taking both the class and the lab, make sure that you are actually putting the stuff in the proper locations. So anyway, this is your main page. So when you start, you will have announcements. The announcements, you've got a welcome announcement that will be up there on the 7th. I'm recording this on the 5th, and so it's not showing right now. But you have an announcement that will show up on the 7th that welcomes you to the course. It talks you through a few things. I have some words in bold and red, hoping you'll notice it. Those parts are one, the class and the lab are separate, which is why I just showed you the two separate things. The other thing is every week, sorry, every week you have to open that week's file. So for week 1, notice over here, you see week 1. You will have to click on week 1 folder and then the week 1 file. Once you open these, this will give you information and then everything else will unlock. If you do not actually open the file, the stuff will not open for you. The discussions are locked, the quizzes are locked, the assignments are locked. You have to open that week's file to have access, period, exclamation point. And I swear it's going to be probably 6 weeks into this and somebody will message me and say, but it doesn't show up for me. And then I'm going to go into the back and show that you never opened the file. So that's the other heads up. I can go in and look at absolutely everything you've opened in this course. Any teacher can. And so this is something for you to know. So when you say you did something, the first thing myself or any other instructor can do is go and see if you really did. So please, if you're going to say you opened something, make sure you opened it. There you go. Now, this is week 1. It's welcoming you here. It's giving you that there's a bunch of information and it's talking about your discussions. And then I have all these little hyperlinks. Some of these are old, some are not. Like this, my silly introduction, it's very old. It's very, very old, but I keep it because it's fun. This is about to change. I am recording the video right now and I am putting the welcome, the syllabus course, and the project. I'm putting all this together in one video. And so you're only going to have one bullet point here in a moment, but there you go. All right. So some very important things. Let's talk those discussions. If you click on the discussions tab, you will always be able to see this part, the graded discussions. This is telling you what you have to do in your discussions. Every Sunday at midnight, which means Saturday night / Sunday morning at midnight, the week is going to open. You need to open that week's folder and file, and then the discussion will be visible. You don't have to do it on Sunday if you don't want to. You can wait until Monday or Tuesday or even Wednesday. Wednesday's kind of pushing it, because to get full points, you have to do your initial post, as in you answering what the discussion says, before 10 p.m. on Wednesday. Then you also need to comment to a minimum of 3 people. And do not do I agree. I will tell you right now, it is a pet peeve of mine when people do things like, I agree, water is wet. I agree, oxygen is great for us. Don't do that. Actually, try to talk. If you write this incredible response to somebody and then you copy and paste it to other people, I'm going to know, and you're not going to get credit for commenting to 3 people because that's very lazy. Make an effort, please. You also have to be active at least 2 different days. So, sorry, what I would do if I were you is somewhere between Sunday and Tuesday, I would hop on, I would read what the discussion is, I would read the articles. I'm going to give you an example, and I would formulate my thoughts. I would then post mine, and then I would come back the very next day, see if anyone's commented to mine, reply to them, and then go ahead and reply to 3 other people. If you do that every time, it's super easy. And you will get full points as long as you actually properly answer and you don't ever straddle the fence. What I mean by that is, and if you read everything I write on this course, you're going to see I've already told you this in other locations. Pick a side. If I say, what is your opinion? It is 100% understandable if you have never once thought about it, so you don't have an opinion yet. Your job as a student is to read the information, think about it, formulate an opinion, and then state it. If you say, well, the pros are this, the cons are that, or I can see this side says this side says that, you're not going to get full points. You have to pick a side. You are either this side or you are this side. Pick a side, stand by it, explain why you picked it. That's it. So anyway, that's pretty much what this is telling you. Your introduction is going to be open for 2 weeks because a lot of times people get added late. This is a very forgiving post. It's not, there's no big deal on it. This is just points. But discussion 2, this is a real one. This is what I was talking about. There's a hyperlink to the PowerPoint about the book, and this is just the book PowerPoints. It comes straight from the manufacturer. Then I give you a news article. This is a hyperlink to a website. However, a lot of the stuff I share comes from newspapers and not everybody has access to it. So if you click on this and you cannot access it, you go down here. Every single thing is saved also as a PDF. So again, if you cannot get this, you just click down here, which is a PDF. This is how you will get all of the information. This is how every single discussion is going to be set. And then if you're like, but how am I getting graded on this? Well, I already told you right here are all the rules. But if you're really not sure, when you are in the discussion, it should show you right here. See, rubrics discussion, including zeros. If you click that, it's going to show you how you're graded. So if you ever want to know, how am I being graded on this discussion? It's right here. If you don't understand grading rubrics, let me know and I'll walk you through it. All right, so those are the discussion things. Let's see, the group project stuff. That's the other big thing. So if you go to papers and such, that's going to bring you to this important stuff. Well, first things first, Zoom Office. This is here in case you ever request having some kind of a meeting. Clearly, I cannot just have you come by my office because this is an online course and I live in the Atlanta area. So the chances of you just meandering by, not very likely. So I have my Zoom office. It's just Zoom. And if we decide to meet, we will go back and forth setting a time. And this is where we will meet. You just click this and it takes you straight there. Please note that if you send me a message and ask to meet, a couple of things need to be addressed. One, don't just assume because you said, hey, this is when I'm going to meet, that bam, it's definite. You have to check for my response and see that I said, yes, this is a great time, or no, this is not. How about here? If I ask you, is blah, blah, blah a decent time? If you do not respond and say, yes, let's meet then, or something to that effect, I'm going to assume we're not meeting. We have to have proper communication. I will probably drive you a little crazy about the meeting stuff here and there because my schedule is flipping insane. But if you need to meet, we will find a way. It's just, it might not be as fast as you want because I have multiple jobs. And so I'm not always 100% available. But I do have times that I can make it happen. It's just, that's why the communication is key. We have to go back and forth and guarantee. All right, let's look at the syllabus so we can cover that. Click here. This is a syllabus. Here we go. This email address is a much faster way to get my attention than sending me anything through Brightspace. I know that Brightspace has the instant messenger, which, oh my gosh, please do not use that thing because I never see those stupid things. Anyone who uses the instant messenger through Brightspace, I apologize. I normally don't find them for like a month or two because I will have so many other people sending emails through Brightspace that I don't even see the alert, and it's the exact same alert. So while other instructors might prefer it, I beg of you, don't use it because I won't see it. And I promise you, I never ignore any communication. So if I'm not responding, it's literally because I don't know that you sent it. Best is right here. This email address. If you send it to this email or you text this phone number, either of those, that's the fastest way to reach me. This email address and that phone number go straight to my phone and I habitually check it. If you use the phone number, please make sure I know that you are from SGSC and let me know if you're the class or the lab and provide your name in the first text. Because after that first text, I just keep it. And so I can always answer my own questions that way. I have 4 different jobs and I use this phone number for a few of them. And if you send a message to it and don't identify what course you're in or what school you're in, I'm going to be a little confused. So that's my one request. Do not worry about what time you are emailing or texting. Doesn't matter. I am that person who keeps her phone on do not disturb, silent, and everything. So it is never, ever, ever going to make a noise. So it can be 3 o'clock in the morning. You can send me a message. It doesn't matter. I just might not respond right away. Never let time keep you from sending me a message. If you have any question at all, send it. If you have any problem at all, send it. Any time of day or night, send it. Just please, 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 this email address, this phone number, I'll get it. If you call the phone number, I'm never going to answer it. Just so you know, I don't answer the phone. Text, 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 text. I'm going to come back to that in just a moment so you understand more of why. All right, so this is all that information you're supposed to have on your syllabus. This is the textbook you are supposed to have. If you can't get a hold of it, you know, whatever, it is what it is. I put everything I can on the computer in this course. Every single thing the textbook provided me is already in this course. So if you cannot access this book, you have all of the information already embedded in this course. There you go. All right, we are going to scroll on down to here because this is the more important part. This is how the course is run. I use what's known as the point system. As soon as you have 700 points, you have a C. You have 800 points, you have a B. As soon as you have 900 points, you have an A. It will never go down. I do not drop anything because it is a point system. Every point you earn, you keep. This means if you earn like 823 points before the end of the term and you're just done, that's okay. You don't do anything after that. You still have a B because you have the 800 and whatever points I just said. I think I said 823. I don't know. A lot of people get frustrated with the point system at first until they get it and then they like it. So just so you're warned. There are weekly quizzes. With the word that says weekly, that means every single week there is a quiz. Every week. So if there is ever a week where you're like, I don't see the quiz, that means you did not open that week's file, just so you know. Every week there is a quiz. There are 17 weeks in this course. There are 17 quizzes. Each quiz is worth 10 points. I'm pretty sure I have them set up where you only get one shot and they're timed, so be ready. Discussions, you will have a quiz. I already said quiz. You will have a discussion every single week. Every one of these discussions are worth up to 20 points. I know I keep stuttering here. These are worth 20 points apiece. I have been known to give extra credit on these for people who go above and beyond. I am a proponent for if you really shine, I will reward you. I do that. There is a group task summary, which is worth 50 points. That will pop up throughout the term. And just so you know, 50 points is half a letter grade because of the way I do this point system. You have your group presentation. Please note that the presentation is in quotation marks. That is because there is so much more involved than just a presentation, which again, I'm going to get to in just a moment. That is 200 points. You will be graded on this starting from day one. 200 points is 2 letter grades. You then will have 2 exams, exam 1 and exam 2, and then a final exam. All of this together equals 1,000 points. So you are guaranteed the opportunity of 1,000 points throughout the term. I actually have a lot of extra things built in. So if you have a rough week or something, I already have extra things built in. This means, no, do not ask me for extra credit because it's already built in. If you are doing stuff the way you're supposed to throughout the term, it's actually a really easy course. Every single term, I have people who finish this term with well over 100%. And I mean well over 100%. It's just you have to do what you're told to do. That's it. Okay, here we go. We've got the agenda. These are the 17 weeks all listed here. Tells you the topics we're covering. Notice week 9, you're going to be working on your group task summary. This means week 9, you are supposed to be communicating with your group, and I'm coming back to that. You don't have much else for that entire week. And then week 10 is spring break. So you actually get an entire week off. If you work it right, if you're ready, March 3rd, if you go ahead and do everything you need for that week, you get 2 weeks off of this class. I do that on purpose. I try to give you a little bit of a break. Then you come down here. Week 15 is when the final projects are due. So then we can finish everything. So there you go. This is telling you what I just said about the point system. This is how the point system works. Please note, there is no rounding of grades. At the end of the term, if you have 899 points, you got a B. It might sound harsh, but it's because of the amount of extra I put out there through the entire term. If you did not get the amount of points you wanted, it's not because I'm being mean or unfair. It's straight up because you just didn't do the work. And that's on you. So all of this is letting you know that I do not take late work. I do not do makeup work. Everything is open for approximately a week, some things even longer. Just get up, do it. If you wait till the very last minute, not my problem. You have multiple days to do it. You should be doing it. This part right here, oh goodness gracious. Any attachment that you are putting in for like an assignment needs to be a Word document or a PDF. That's it. So it has to end with .doc, .docx, or .pdf. Anything else is not acceptable. If you send me a screenshot from your phone or your tablet, not acceptable. If you send me a GDOC, not acceptable. If you send me, I don't know, WPS, not acceptable. Anything other than the 3 file types I mentioned right here, you will just get a 0. That's it. I'm not playing on this one. I'm so tired of people attaching random crap and then telling me that, but the other teachers, no. Syllabus tells you this is all that's allowed. There you go. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, here's the big thing. Unless otherwise indicated, and there's really only 1 week, and I believe it's week 15, that this does not pertain to this. Everything's due Friday night at 10 p.m. Friday night, 10 p.m. Not 11:59 p.m., not Saturday. Friday night, 10 p.m., period. If you wait until Friday at 9:57 to jump in and try and knock something out, and it locks on you, not my problem. Everything closes Friday night at 10. And I don't understand why we have to do the attendance policy. This is an online course. You just have stuff you have to turn in. We've got counseling, library, tutoring. This is just all this stuff that we have to put in the syllabus. Now here, this last part. Well, let me say that about the counseling. Counseling is a great service. If you are having any mental health issues, please, oh, please utilize the counseling service. It's helpful. This is a course. You should take your education seriously. When you are going to college, this should be basically like your job. Otherwise, you're just wasting time and money. However, it's just a class. Your mental health is more important. If at some point you feel like you're just drowning, let me know. And please, please reach out to the counseling center. I want your mental health to be the most important thing. Classes after that, mental health first. So if at any point you just start to feel like you're drowning, shoot me a message. We'll talk it through. We'll see what we can do. But you have to be proactive about it, please. All right, midterm grades. Your midterm grade is going to be based on everything through week 7. So as soon as I finish grading the stuff for week 7, you will have a midterm grade. And that way you can make your judgment call. If you're considering dropping the course because you are not where you want to be after week 7, before you drop the course, chat with me, ask to talk with me. We'll discuss your grades and I will show you where you can benefit. I have had people who were miserably failing by week 7 and still finish with an A. I literally designed this course for people who have a rough time starting to be able to finish strong. So please, please, please just reach out to me. But you have to be able to be willing to work. If you think you just don't really want to make an effort, this is not the course for you. Just going to throw that out there. This class, super easy to get an A, but you have to be willing to do your part. Finally, AI. Dude, please, this is college. You're supposed to be getting your own education, so don't use a friggin' computer program to write your crap. And it's going to irritate me beyond belief. So just write your own stuff. It's right here. If I suspect that it's a chat GBT, and especially if I find out, in fact, you did use one, it's going to be 0. And I don't know, you'll probably get some in the middle of the term video of me screaming and yelling about it. It's happened, trust me. All right, so that's the syllabus. Now, I talked about that group project, and yes, I'm sure there was a faster way to do this. Let's go back to papers and such. And so we can talk about that. Here we go. Notice everything's already set up and ready. Group project details. I highly recommend you read through this. This group project details is letting you know this is a group project. What's going to happen is you, the student, are going to look at these things and figure out which ones sound the best for you. There are 7 groups. Each group has 3 articles. These were, most of these were new articles last semester. I have a slew of brand new articles now, but I haven't redone these. So as I finish going through the ones I have, I will be throwing them into the course as extra. And if any of them fit the groups, you can totally use them as your extra sources. There you go. But each of these, again, these are hyperlinks to the article. But if you click here where it says PDF here, this is a PDF. I don't know why it's flashing. That's so nuts. Anyway, if you click on the PDF here, that will give you the PDF. So read through these, figure out which ones you like. What sounds interesting? You will then go to claim topic. When you claim topic, you need to say things like, I would like group 1 is my first choice, 4 is my second choice, and 6 is my third choice. Give me a minimum of 3 choices. If you want to put the whole thing in order, that's literally what I would do, but you need to give me at least your top 3. Because when I assign the groups, what I will be doing is going through and I look at the timestamps. And if, say, 4 people asked for group 1 before you posted your thing, you're not getting group 1. In the past, I have tried to set the groups as people were claiming them, but then we had this weird flux of how many students ended up staying in the course. We had ones drop, then we had people added, and the groups ended up very uneven. So this semester, for the first time ever, I am going to try to set the groups only after the first 2 weeks. So I don't really like that, but it's the only way I can actually make these groups end up even. So there you go. Again, first choice, second choice, third choice. When you do these choices, tell me topic number, say group 1 or 2 or 3. Do not tell me the article. Do not say, I want the extreme heat waves. No, you want group 1. If you and someone in the course are hoping to be in the same group, best thing to do, the 2 of you talk about it, choose the same 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, turn it in at the same time. And you can even put in your message, you really want to be in the group with this person. Because if you tell me in the claim topic that you want to be with somebody, if one of you is about to make it to your first choice, but then that fills up the group and the other person would have to go to the second choice, if both parties say they want to be in the same group, then I'll make sure you're in the same group. As long as there's a way to make it happen. I will totally do that, but you have to both specify that. All right. The other parts about the group project, I'm so done with talking and I still haven't told you some other important things. So group project grading, here you go. You are being graded on this from the very beginning. No joke. This is not a group grade. Each individual gets their own grade. You are going to be judged on whether or not you turn everything in. You're going to be judged on your part of the project. You're going to be judged on your individual assignments. You're going to be judged on how often you use the group discussion board. Notice that's in red right there. This means you must use the group discussion board I supply. A lot of people are going to come up with all their excuses. Fine and dandy, whatever, I don't care. But that's part of your grade. This group project presentation, the actual presentation is about this much of the grade. Most of it is seeing if you follow directions. So again, your entire grade begins at the very beginning. So this is a follows directions grade. Make sure to follow the directions. There you go. I think we're almost done with all of this. Yeah, this all has to do with just the project. I think I'm going to delete this because I just put all this information right here. Group projects are the group discussion boards. Again, go to discussions. And I know this is a bunch of junk because this is future. You will have this where it says groups. You have the various groups. When I assign the groups, the names will be placed here. If anybody tries to just place their name in a group, it will be deleted because I assign the groups, you do not. You have to do the claim topic in order to be in a group. Okay, I think that is enough for this. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else for this. So again, recap. This is the class, not the lab. Announcements will be here. You must open the folder and the file in order to access information. Now, the last part of this, because I have told you about the course, I have welcomed you to the class, and I have talked about the group project, I figure I should tell you a little something about myself because I kind of messed up and I normally start with that. One of the things you may have figured out, ADHD. Yes, that would be me. I have a slew of things. I make jokes about it being like an alphabet soup because I am on the autism spectrum, so my brain does go a bit different. The reason I tell you this is because when you ask me a question, you might think you are being so obvious. I can't guarantee I'm going to understand what you're asking. I will ask you for more detail. I will ask for clarification. If you're too, I don't know what, and I just can't get it, you're going to get a response from me of, I am not sure what you're asking. If it is this, blah, blah, blah. If it is this, blah, blah, blah. I use a lot of words. It irritates people sometimes. Some people get irritated at how many words I use, and then they use fewer and fewer words when comment or talking to me. And then the fewer words you use, the more confused I get and the more words I use. So if you don't want me using this many words, best thing you can do is use more words. Be more clear. Do not assume I'm going to know what you're asking. That's mainly the reason I tell people about the spectrum stuff. I already said the ADHD. I get very distracted. My apologies, but there you go. Good news is I'm never bored. Also have a lot of anxiety issues and PTSD and CPTSD. I swear I'm forgetting something and I just can't grasp it, but I'm going to bounce off the walls all over the place. I don't like leaving anybody not understanding. Oh yeah, hey, there you go. That's the other one. Also dyslexic, dysgraphic. So sometimes my stuff's flip-flopped and I've gotten better at catching it, but on occasion, if you see something and the letters are flipped, it is 100% okay to go, hey, Miss B, Miss Bernhardt, whatever. I noticed blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to be upset. I will thank you for it and then I will fix it. I don't want things to be done wrong. It's just sometimes I'm not even going to notice it because in my brain it looks normal. Probably about the most open and honest person you will ever meet. I will give you so much more information than you ever wanted. And I have had a slew of issues in the past term. And so you might get to hear some of that stuff later too. I mentioned the multiple jobs. And so some weeks I'm going to be more than others. Oh yeah, I use sound effects a lot. And my videos, I do not, you'll learn if you watch this one. I don't edit them. You get all of it. You get the me using the word so too many times, which by the way, when I'm doing that, you'll see a look on my face because I will be doing this weird mental counting. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I think I just said that 4 times in a row and I need to stop. Drives me nuts. Yeah, so any video I make for you, it's just right off the top of my head. What pops in here comes out here. If I offend anybody, I really don't mean to. I apologize ahead of time. Just let me know. Just say, hey, XYZ bothers me. If you could not use that term, or when you said blah, 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 don't be mean. Know that I'm not trying to be mean. My biggest thing is for most people, it's just educate. So if there's something that bothers you, educate me and I will do my best to adjust. I can't guarantee I'll be perfect. And sometimes we might have different thought processes, but I don't ever want anyone to feel uncomfortable. And so if somebody in the class is saying stuff that makes you uncomfortable, tell me, I will address it. I want everyone happy, everyone comfortable. We are going to cover a lot of topics and we're going to make a lot of people angry. We have to cover various things that some people want to just go like this about. And some people will refuse to really, I don't know, challenge themselves. This course, I want you to challenge yourself. I want you to challenge every single thing you believe. But you also have to remember this is a science class. Environment class, environmental science class. This means for the group of people, because I have a group of them every single term in all of the colleges I teach for, so I'm not picking on anyone. It's just, this is a fact. There will be a group of people who every single thing we cover will want to talk about economy. We're not talking economy. We're talking environment. So if you say, but this is better for the economy, then you need to follow up with what it's doing to the environment and tell me, do you think economy is more important than environment? If you do, that's your business. I'm not going to slam you for it. That's your opinion. And that's the last part here is you and I may not agree. That is okay. I don't want anyone trying to tell me what they think I want to hear. I want you to be you, but I want you to be an educated you. So if we cover a topic you've never heard about or you've never really thought about, take a moment, look it up, research it, form an opinion, then state your opinion and back it up. That's it. Big thing though, you can't just say just because. You have to tell me a real reason why. Science, okay? Science, not economy, not religion, not politics. Environmental science. Can you include economy, politics, and religion in environmental science? Yes, 100% yes. I even actually give you an announcement later where I provide some Bible quotes. Just so you know, it is 100% possible. The issue is people need to really think it through. So You have to form your own opinion, state your own opinion, and have backup for your opinion. And here's the hardest part for a lot of people: respect for other people's opinions. You can agree to disagree, but you can't slam people for it. And honestly, read somebody who believes something opposite of you and see if you can learn anything from it. I say that for both sides, because that's how we become a much more balanced class and a much more balanced society. And I am just going off. It's been what, like a month since I've been teaching, and so I have way too many words to come flying out. I should shush now, shouldn't I? So I guess that's it. This is why I shouldn't do all these videos together, because it comes crazy. At least the lab video will be a lot less because I've talked so much already here. So I guess that's it, and I will see you very soon. Peace out.